afternoon, everybody. It's very nice to see you here, live from Ignite here in Orlando. What Alex and I'd like to talk about today is getting the most out of Acrobat. My name is Lori DeFurio. I work in our Document Cloud customer marketing team. That's my email address if you ever want to reach out after this and you have any questions. Alex?
Hi, I'm Alex Kane. I'm also from the customer marketing team. Been working for Adobe for 1 year, but prior to that, been working in the government space, so it was very much part of the paper-digital transformation. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask us.
Great. So what we thought we'd do today, first we want to just talk about moving to subscription. I know with Office 365, clearly you're all moving into the subscription away from serial numbers. Adobe's doing the same thing. And we wanted to just talk a little bit about the value between, to you, the IT admins, I assume you're all IT admins, right? Yes, sort of, maybe. Versus what's in it for your end user. So for yourself, and you've probably already seen this as you've moved to Office 365, it's easier to manage your users. You control more of the assets. I mean, think about it. If I have a serial number and I just have a bunch of files on my computer, I could walk away. But once we're in that login world, those files are under the control of everything else. And it's the Adobe methodology for licensing is very similar to Microsoft's volume activation. So if you've already done it with Office 365, it's a no-brainer to do it with us. Think about your users, though. What's in it for them? We introduced in June Office 365 integrations, and that's what we're going to spend most of the time showing you today is what's available to your end user. Also about the ability to work anywhere. So one of the things that we've done with this Document Cloud umbrella is you have mobile options, web options, and desktop options. And so again, you can get to your content, do your work from wherever you happen to be. And last of not least, it's access to our new cloud services. And Alex and I like to say, let's go digital and let's stay digital. And that's what we're going to focus on today. So Alex, let's go digital. What are we going to talk about here?
So the basic idea here is that we realize for a lot of organizations, they're never going to be a paperless company, but we want them to use less paper. So the idea here is just using less paper and having our applications, for example, which I'm going to show now, which is Adobe Scan, show how we can get rid of some of your paper and make it into a digital format. So again, it's a mobile app. It's available on the Google Play Store, iTunes, and it's this Adobe Scan app right here in the left corner. So I'm going to click on that. And say, for instance, I'm just going to say, for instance, you have a couple of sheets of paper. So right now I have a business card, a receipt, and let's just say an interesting brochure I wanted to get more information about.
That I grabbed here at the show.
Yeah, that I grabbed here at the show. That's also available. That shows the rest of our sessions. So the first one I'm going to show is just the business cards. I'm sure a lot of you guys have been going to your conferences and getting a lot of business cards. And so with the Adobe Scan app, what I'm going to do is just detect it. And what you're going to see is this blue box. Let me just move out the way a little bit.
You know what? Here, let's do this. Put it on top of my phone because then it's black.
Yeah.
There.
So what it's doing is picking up the document and taking a photo of it. And so right here you can see that.
Oh, got a little bit of foam.
Got a little bit of foam, but we could always crop it. So we have the cropping tool right here, where I just want to make sure I'm only capturing the business card. So I'm just going to make sure to try to get all the corners. So it's a little bit better. And of course, you can keep cropping and doing things like making it grayscale if you want it just black and white. But for right now, for this example, I'm just going to save the PDF. So the awesome thing is that you come from a business card to a PDF, and now I'm going to save the PDF, and we're going to show you the awesome part of
so you might have heard of Adobe Sensei. This is the artificial intelligence that we're baking in. This is an example of it. So what it's doing is not only, this is like, paper to PDF. It took this. It's recognizing all the text and all the words and everything in here.
Yep.
And flipping it into a PDF that's then searchable and reusable. I guess it didn't. Do you have the one that you did earlier?
So, for instance, we did this earlier. And so what you'll see with the dialog box, you'll see this part that says Save Contact. And so if I just click on Save Contact, and it'll upload the information because it recognized the text from the business card into my contacts. So now, if I get like 10 business cards, I just take 10 photos, save it into a PDF, and convert it into contacts on your phone. And so now I don't even need the business cards. I have it saved on my phone. So it's one idea of here. This is the instance you seem interested in. Yeah. This is just one instance of being able to convert from paper to PDF, so more of a digital format. And again, it's called Adobe Scan. And
Download it now.
Download it now.
Why don't you try this document?
Yep.
You need a darker surface. Oh, you can try it there.
Yep.
The lighting's not so good in here.
So right now, I'm going to try a second one with an actual document.
And you'll notice the blue thing outlines it, and it even straightens it out, even if Alex has it crooked. It will literally grab it and straighten it out and get rid of his thumbprint and everything else, because that's that Adobe Sensei. It's intelligent enough to say, oh yeah, that's your thumb. Well, a little bit of thumb's still there, but anyways, go ahead, just do it.
Yeah,
So
I'm just crop out again.
I don't even think you need to crop it. I think. Go ahead, save it.
So I'm saving it as a PDF again.
And you're still in Adobe Scan, right?
Yep.
Okay, all right.
So right now, it's just uploading it into the document cloud. So the great thing about this is that I can access it anywhere. I don't have to be on the same phone. I could just be able to open it on my Acrobat Reader or any other application. So one of the things that we're going to talk about a little bit later is the idea of working anywhere. So this helps to build that.
Wonder if we're having internet issues.
Yep. Well, thankfully, we also have a previous example with the same document because you know how demos go. And so one of the things that's awesome about this is
Wait a minute, go back real quick so we can show everybody what you just did. So he was in the Adobe Scan app.
Yep, so
and right from there, you'll notice it says Open in Acrobat. So we also have a mobile version of Adobe Acrobat. Again, freely downloadable from the Apple Store or the Google Store. Alex clicked on Open in Acrobat because we scanned it, and now I want to open it and maybe do more with it.
And the great thing is that it's the same experience again on mobile, on tablet, on your desktop computer as well. So again, I opened it up in Acrobat on mobile because I'm on the go as always, and there's a couple of tools you can use. You can do commenting, but one of the great things that we could always do is that because it converted it into text and it's not just a flat document, you can copy and paste information from the document into, say, within a Word file or even another PDF. So it makes it even more editable than before. So it's not just one of those static documents that you see.
Right.
It's one that you could actually convert into other documents. And so one of the things I always use it for is that if you see a design you like for a poster, say for instance, you take a picture with Adobe Scan, you can edit the photo and bring it into, say for instance, a PDF or Photoshop to edit a little bit further. So it's again, converting from paper to now a digital format.
All right, great. So what we're going to do now is maybe I went to the wrong computer. There we go, sorry. I love this little thing. We're switching. We've got devices galore
Devices
here.
everywhere.
So what I'd like to do is, so that was the going digital. But the next thing we want to talk about is staying digital. I don't want to actually ever go back to paper again. How often have you ever maybe received in your email a document that they said, could you please fill this? Maybe sign it or not, and get it back to me. And so often what we've had to do is print it, maybe fill it out, sign it, and then find a scanner, find a fax machine, or take your camera and try to get it digital again. So let's just stay digital. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to use the document cloud, this is freely available once you license to your end user or yourselves a copy of Acrobat, and working with Outlook. Okay, so let me do that. So a little bit earlier, Alex actually emailed me this document, and I just want to show you what it looks like first, so you have an idea of what it looks like. It's just a single PDF, but it looks like I need to fill it out, right? Okay. So I'm in my email, and again, I haven't left Outlook. I'm in Outlook, which is where I spend about 2/3 of my day. I'm sure a lot of you spend a lot of time in email too. And what it says right here is, do I need to fill and sign this? So right from within Outlook, I just know that this is a fillable thing, came from my doctor, came from Alex, came from a health club, parent permission slip.
Daycare slips.
I just click fill and sign. And what it does is it actually says to me, is this the document you want to fill and sign? It actually will upload it into the cloud. So again, they don't need anything on their computer other than you as an IT admin would install the Adobe plugin in your Microsoft add-ins, thing. And here it is. And now I can just go ahead and I can type my name here. I can go down. I'm not going to give you guys my social security number, but I could put my birth date in here. Oops, let me click again, 0630, and so on, and I could fill this in. I have the ability to use the X if I want to X something, or I can use the checkbox if I want to checkbox something. I can continue to fill this out totally digital, and if I need a signature, you see that it says sign right here. It goes ahead. Now, you have to understand, I've done this demo a million times, so my signature's there. How did it get there? I wrote it on a piece of paper, I took a picture with my camera, and I'm keeping it in there so that all the time it looks like my physical signature, but honestly, I'm going to go to initials for a second and show you very easily. You can type what it could be. Here I could type Lori or whatever I want to do. I can draw if you're on a touch device. I can do like what I suggested was took a picture. And the other thing that's cool is this mobile, and I'm sorry, this phone isn't hooked up, 5.1, but I want to just show you. I'll hold my phone up for a second. And what's happening now, and again, I apologize I didn't have this hooked up, but it's sending to my phone a link, and what it's, again, because this is a touch device, right? It's finger on glass, and I can go ahead here as soon as the internet comes back and actually go ahead and type right here and say, okay, and you're going to watch, it's going to write that scribble, I scribbled it, not so well, right back into there. So again, we're trying to make you stay digital. Let's not ever have paper again. I click apply. I go ahead and then I can put the initials on the page. I can grab my full signature and drag it down here and stick it where it says signature block as well. However I want to get, let me make that a little bit bigger there. Get my name on the page. So super easy. I'm done with this. I click done. And because it knows it came from Alex in my email, even though I kind of was in the Adobe world for a few minutes there, it flips me right back to Outlook, attaches the filled and signed version, and emails it right back to Alex. I didn't have to really remember who it came from, where it went on, blah, blah, blah. Alex, what do you think of that? It's kind of cool,
Yeah,
huh?
I was going to say, it saves a lot of time from going back and forth.
Definitely does. Now, the other thing you can do, I didn't do it right now, but if you want, from within Outlook, if you want, you can also send any document you have to capture a signature from somebody else. So in that case, Alex asked me, can you please fill this out? And in this case, I click send for signature, and it'll send it out to people, and I can capture theirs and bring it back as well.
And there's additional options like approver. Say, for instance, you don't need a signature. You could have an approver, just somebody who acknowledges it and shows that they actually received the document. We have different statuses for that as well.
Okay, let's go on to talking about working anywhere. You guys are all IT admins, I know. We're going to show how Adobe and Acrobat interfaces with OneDrive, either in the cloud or on the desktop. I don't know if you've all migrated to OneDrive yet, but it's just an example. It's a storage location. We work with multiple storage locations. So Alex, let me flip this back to your computer. Are you ready to go?
Yep.
Okay.
So, just zoom in.
Get that full screen. There you go. Okay.
So, I think one of the great things is that it's the same experience whether you're in a Microsoft product such as OneDrive. We also have it for SharePoint. Similar experience that you get the power of PDF, the power of Acrobat within Microsoft. And all it takes is just adding a simple Microsoft and Adobe integration.
It's just the plugin that you just put in.
Yeah, it's just a plugin. Quick 5-minute process, maybe even less. And so, say for instance, I'm somebody who has a lot of documents and just wants to really just collapse them all into one PDF and make it easier for the people I need to review it to address it. So I have, say for instance, Illustrator, a PDF, a wide variety of different format and files. But I just want to make it into one PDF within OneDrive. All I simply have to do is click on all the documents. And what you're going to see right here is this top button called Combine Files by Adobe. And what it's doing is using the power of Adobe within OneDrive, which is awesome, at least from my perspective, because Lori's going to show you the desktop version, which also has a connection with OneDrive as well as SharePoint, as well as a couple other storage sites. But it's good if you're always in OneDrive to be able to do it right within the application.
Or SharePoint.
Or
yeah.
SharePoint.
So we'll combine the files.
So I'm just going to click Combine Files.
And because the OneDrive was in the cloud, the combining is happening in the cloud, so we're a little bit at the mercy of the internet here. So this, and depending on how big the bandwidth is at your organization, this may go a little bit more quickly, and it looks like it logged Alex out while we were talking, so we're going to opt our way back in. Anybody have any questions while we're doing that? Yes, sir. Okay, so the question is, love the idea of signatures, but we've had some pushback from our legal team about the legality of it. So we've got a great page, which I'll send you the link afterwards, that shows every country where the signatures are valid.
Of course,
and it's everywhere, almost every country globally. And in the North America, no problem at all. So we can point your legal team. Let's talk offline, and I'll get you that link. It'll be great. Any other questions while Alex is, oh, here we go. So what it's doing is it's taking those files, converting them all from Word, Excel, whatever they were, into a single PDF, builds thumbnails, which are like the little, mini pictures of the pages.
Yep, and so what I'm doing is just expanding out because it's multiple pages. And just from a thumbnail perspective, I want to kind of rearrange, so all you have to do is just drag and drop. So,
or delete.
Or
like
delete.
Say I had a 20-page file and I only needed pages 2 and 3, just boom, throw the rest away.
Yep, so I'm just going to save it. I look through it, browse through it, it looks good to go, so I'm just going to save it. And
Saves it right back to your OneDrive. It doesn't, it's not like, oh, gee, it's over here, where do I have it? I have to copy it back. Opens it from OneDrive, saves it in OneDrive. One-stop shopping.
And so if you look at the bottom right-hand corner, you'll see saving to OneDrive. So it's just loading.
You're kind of blocking
I'm kind of blocking it.
Yeah.
So it's saved to OneDrive. And if there's any other additional actions you need to do, like create, export, combine, or organize, you still have that option as well. And so, Lori, do you want to show?
I think, there we go. Here it comes. Yep. And then we'll just jump over to the desktop and show you the same thing. So again, here's all the files. Combined.
Yep.
Okay, let's jump to the desktop and show the same thing. I just want to show you how it's almost the same, but slightly different. Okay, so now I'm in Acrobat. One of the things I wanted to share with you is when you're in Acrobat, basically there's two things to think about. There's the Home button and there's the Tools button. Tools is where we're going to do everything, and Home kind of gets us back. But let's talk about OneDrive for a second. So one of the things is I can see where can I store my files. And what Acrobat allows you to do is select any of those locations where you might have files stored. And again, it's that same thing. I don't want to have to always copy them down to my desktop, do something, and then push them back wherever they were. I can attach that. So what I've done already is I added my Dropbox, and I added the OneDrive already, and all I had to do was log in. I made a folder with the same files that Alex was working on today. And I'm able to just, highlight them all. Hang on, it just blacked out on me too. Control P. Apple P. I think we had a little internet, it just kind of, there we go, hang on, it's coming back. The power of technology. Oh, it jumped onto, there we go, one. I think I'm one, maybe I'm 3. Let's try 3, hang on.
The power of the demos, gods, right?
There we go. Okay, beautiful. So I've highlighted those 4 files, and again, I'm going to, if I want to combine them all together, click on Tools, click on Combine. I don't know why it keeps going in and out here. Maybe it'll be back. Something's definitely getting wacky about this environment. that was working fine a minute ago. You know what? We're done with the phone. Just pull the phone out, maybe.
Okay.
Sorry, folks. This really
I
was
think it's
working
mine.
perfectly earlier. It's just not happy with my computer all of a sudden. Yeah, take yours out too, did you? Okay, great. I click Add Files. I pick the files, and again, I have a touch laptop, so I'm just going to grab them all. It's going to do the same thing you saw Alex do in the cloud, but I'm doing it here on the local machine. Of course, it's taking a moment because the files aren't local. The files are still up in the cloud, but it is going to generate a PDF for me on my computer. You'll notice what it's done is it literally launched Word in the background to make the PDF. It'll launch Excel in the background to make the PDF, and then it has the PDF. I just wanted to show you guys that's what it actually does. And now I have this new PDF similar to the one Alex had that has, you know, this case 10 pages. But what I also want to show you was it automatically generated all the bookmarks from for each file. So if I want to immediately jump to the contract, I click there. If I want to jump to the catering menu, I jump there. I didn't have to think about that, and it just makes it so much easier for your end user, especially if this is a large file, 50 pages, 100 pages, 200 pages as well. So we wanted to share all those things with you. I know we're very close to the time limit, so Alex, I'm going to jump back to the slides, and I want to just wrap it up with, we have built an online file for you called adobe.ly/IT_roundtable. There's some other information in there, but there is the links to the Microsoft plugins that we talked about there. So it's a one-stop shop to learn everything about IT with Acrobat, and interestingly enough, Creative Cloud for Enterprise as well. Everything's in there. There's recordings of meetings we've done. There's links to a learning hub, as well as the links to all the Microsoft information.
So IT-focused content, your one-stop shop.
Yes.
If there's anything you had questions about with Document Cloud, and we cover CC as well.
It's Creative Cloud as well.
Creative Cloud as well.
So my question is, did everybody get a raffle ticket? Does everybody have a raffle ticket? Okay, let's have the raffle tickets. Here we go. We're going to do 2. All right, Garrett, grab one. And the winner is, let me have one. Must be present to win. The last 3 digits are 317.